All right, y'all, we back for another one this weekend. So we had a long week at work. Uh actually had an injury, cut my wrist on a metal box in the ceiling. We are going to start putting some paint on some of these plastics. I had a person comment on my video about it, and I really do myself. I hate to um, paint these original plastics that were, originally you saw in the video that they were purple. I don't know what else to do. I've tried everything under the sun, heat and wet sanded them. I even used a plastic polish, and nothing worked. And you gotta understand too. Unless this thing was kept inside, this quad right here, this particular model is I think they come 94 and 95. And I think the VIN number for sure is a 95 on this one. So if it wasn't inside, it was probably faded really bad. I tried everything I could to get them to turn back, and they just wouldn't. So I used that flexible primer, like I showed you in a little video. We're gonna take them and we're gonna wet sand them down with. I got some 1000 grit. I also have tack cloth. We're gonna tack them down real good. I'm using just a Rust-Oleum gloss, and I've got this for the tank bra and the nose piece. So we're going with a black and red. That one right there is black and white. That's my main bike. I didn't know what else to do with that one. Like I said, somebody had got a hold to it with spray cans, minus the frame. Thank God they didn't do nothing to the frame. The frame on this quad that we're doing is everything is pristine on it, so it's just the plastics. And I mean, if this fails, it is what it is. I tried it, and all I know is I just will find some on eBay and do it that way if I have to. Really didn't want to go that route because I'm sure some of y'all know just a used set of plastics is right around $300 to $400. So we this is what we're gonna go with. We're gonna do the gloss blacks on the two fronts, and then the rear setup, and then the red right here is for the tank bra and the nose piece. I picked up this stripper right here. The stripper right here is for, obviously stripping paint. I'm gonna use this on the front wheels and probably the rear wheels. We're gonna start with the front first. I then took these off, got them off, and we're gonna take them around where the hose is and spray them down. So like I said, this one has a stock. Everything on this thing is stock, but if you look at those A-arms, the front nose on it. I mean, this thing still has the OG grease fittings on it. Still has the stock pipe. Still has the stock slip on. Everything on this, like I said, is 100%. 100%. I think that's a little bit of wear right there on that A-arm, but that's from look like a zip tie or whatnot. And as far as I know, ain't none of this been swapped. It's It doesn't look like remanufactured or aftermarket A-arms or nothing like that. So, like I said, I'm not too sure what color or these steel or these aluminum wheels. I'm not sure. I just know the white and black one I have out there. When I got it, it was they had been painted, the wheels, and I wound up using this stripper right here, and I stripped them down. So that's what we're gonna do right here. Back, I got the plastic right here. We're gonna wet sand him down. All we're using is just 1,000 grit. Like that. I really like this primer. This primer is some of probably the best I've ever worked with. I used to help in a body shop when I was a youngster. I know a little bit about it. Not a whole lot as far as painting cars and whatnot. My uncle painted them. I just helped him prep them, uh, wet sand, block them, that sort of thing. So, and prep them for the paint booth. That was a big thing. And back in the day, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people didn't have a means of working on their cars, and they had like a local body shop. Uh, they still got them now, but they ain't nothing like they was back in the 70s and 80s. They were so big, and back then you had people that actually took pride in their body work abilities, doing body work on cars. Um, I've seen some body work on some older vehicles like Camaros, Chevelles, that sort of thing, Novas. When I was a kid, my uncle owned a body shop, and that's all that came in there. And so I got to sand a lot of the cars. I got to learn a lot from him. Uh, and he made an awesome living off of body and paint and mechanic shop. So this is something I like to do on the weekend, just to wind down. I'll work again 50, 60 hours a week on my regular job, sometimes 70 hours, 7 days a week. But this is my way of wanting to wind down and just kind of, you know, mess with something. And I got a love for these quads. the Yamaha Banshees, the CR SNRs. Boy, you talking about a bike? That Honda CR is hard to beat, man. It's hard to beat. Um, Especially one of them 500. Them 250Rs. 250R was the bike that was, an all-time, the holy grail. Anyways, so we got them sanded down. That's what they look like. They pretty much, I'm gonna wipe them down, dry them off, hit them with a tack cloth, and we're gonna be ready. All right, so we pretty much ready. I gotta tack it down with a tack cloth. But, so, real quick, we had used in the past, I've used 6 and 8 to start with to get stuff off and get that bond for the primer. We used 1000 on the last sand right there, wet sanding it. So I'm gonna also use these 3M tack cloths. Just like tack cloth it down real good. So I got this also. You can pick these up. They're basically everywhere: eBay, Amazon. This is just a spec bolt kit for that blaster. If you're gonna go this far and put plastics and stuff, redo them, whatnot, it's best just to have the new hardware to bolt them back up like they need to be. So we're gonna take a tack cloth to it and tack it down real good. And I wouldn't advise to do this. Yes, I am outside, of course. But I'm in a kind of a shaded area. There's shade for now, for today. I wouldn't recommend doing this out in the sun. And again, so if something happens and this don't work out, like I said before, all I can do is just order a set. I doubt I'd be able to find, obviously, the right color for that quad, especially being in, decent condition. There was no marks or scars or nothing on any of these plastics. The problem is just they would not polish out. Would not. I tried everything: a plastic polish. I tried wet sanding, tried heat. And again, them being from a 95, 94 area, what can you expect? So, and we're going to use this right here. So we're going to go for the plastics to be black front and rear, the tank bra and the nose to be red. And again, this is the red they picked out. So don't know how it's going to turn out. We're going to find out together, is all I know. We're just going to do a light coat, let them set, come back and hit them some more. And again, this don't work. Hey, it is what it is. I'm out of a little bit of money as far as paint. I think paint, primer, and everything were like the bolt kit somewhere around 140. But if I gotta try that versus $400 for the rear and $270 for the front, just in brand new plastics. That four-wheeler, I got right at maybe 1,000 in it, something like that. So all right, so we just get the yellow coat on. First coat. Excuse me, this is second coat. I'm sorry, second coat. I sprayed the first round really light. We're gonna come in here and do the back side. We've already shot paint one time. I just went a light coat. So that's what we're gonna do right here. All right, we'll bring y'all back here in a little bit. Hopefully it's gonna turn out all right. All right, so we got this one, the second front one. We got the first coat on it. We just like I said, we're lightly doing it, the first one. So I've already done finished this one. I just finished it a few minutes ago. But I think that right there will I think it'll be great. Like I said, I would advise to use some good primer to do this. It's all in that primer, because if you don't prime them with adhesive plastic primer, you kind of just wasting your time, because it'll flake off for sure. I used an adhesive primer on these, and so that's the finish on that one. And we're going to finish the other front one. This is the right side of the bike. We're gonna do the left side next, and this is the result we're going for. So we got it right here. I think we're gonna go ahead and put another coat on it real quick and see what we got. Really happy with the first one there. Again, no, I don't have a paint shop and all that, so I'm doing this outside. It's no big deal. Wind ain't blowing. It's not a lot of trash around it. one of my subscribers, he mentioned that he hates seeing me do this. I do too, man. I feel what you're saying. Uh, these plastics being so old, it was that purple was really um. I could use a torch or a heat gun and bring the color out. It would come out, the color would, and then it would just fade right back out in front of your eyes. I tried that with a heat gun 2 or 3 times, and no success, none whatsoever. I wish I didn't have to do this to them, but again, I think we talked about it. $400, 300 and something just for rear plastics for one of these, and then I saw some used sets on eBay. Was really I thought kind of high, but hey, it's a market for them, and you know these quads right here, they don't make them anymore, so um, finding them good in good shape is really hard, really hard. So, anyways, we're going with the black on these. We're going with the black on the rear too. We're going to do the rear here in a little bit, and then let them set, and then next we will be getting the tank bra and the nose off of the quad and starting on those as well. So I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it looks like a good paint job to me. This one's coming out really nice. So we'll see y'all here shortly. All right, we back. We got first coat on the rear. We're getting ready to do we're gonna do the second one on it. All right, so we're gonna let them dry. We'll get back with y'all here in a little while. I'm gonna let them dry for a while, and then probably getting the other pieces prepped and ready. That would be the tank bra and the nose for it. So yeah, I think they come out pretty clean. Y'all let me know what you think. Like I said, there ain't no wrong or right way of doing this, I don't think. So I think it'll serve a great purpose. All right, so we got the nose covers off and the bra for the tank. We just primed them down. We're gonna let them cure for a while. Then we're gonna wet sand them out with some 1000 grit. And these are going red. This red right here. We're gonna use this for these two. This is the primer again that I used. It's an excellent primer, really. I know you can't read the back of it, but it's perfect for plastics, overpainting, body panels, moldings, and bumper covers. This is a flexible primer, and that's what we used for priming them with. So I just finished the rear and the front plastics. They've been over here drying for a while. This is I got them sitting in the shade. You don't want to do this direct sunlight. So this is what we got. This is what they came out. So far, I'm really impressed, really. So yeah, I think it was a decent decision. We then got the inside of it too as well. The underside. But yeah. I really like the way they came out. So far. Everything's drying up good. It has a nice slick finish on it, really slick. So we'll bring y'all back here in a little bit, and we will be we're gonna get these dudes red. So we finished up the plastics. Again, I'm not sure if it was the right way, the wrong way. I don't really know, because you can buy these, but they're highly expensive. 400 for the rear, you know, 250, 300 for the front, and that's aftermarket plastic. So these plastics, as you could tell, was in a pretty bad shape. They was original purple. Again, I tried to wet sand, I tried to heat them, I tried to I did get them stripped. The old paint come off of them perfect, didn't have no problems there. It was more or less, I was trying to put heat on the plastics. They would never pull out. I even polished the plastics, wasn't getting anywhere. So I kind of went with, you know, some of these was all sorts of different colors back in the day. Mine obviously is white and black, so I figured I'd change it up a little bit, see what it looked like red and black. And so this is what we got. I think they come out pretty decent. I'm happy with them. Uh, just like anything, they're gonna have the flaws. But for the most part, they come out like glass. Um, Everything turned out great as far as doing this process. I definitely probably would not do it again. I just would probably buy them if I was maybe even flipping the four-wheel. I don't know. This one right here, like I said, I'm probably going to sell it. I've got my personal one. I like fixing them up and selling them. And I know this is not original. I hated doing this, but the only thing I could come up with, I think we're gonna go. I'm gonna go. Gonna put the black letters right here. It says Yamaha on it in black letters. Mine is white letters on my tank. It's got a black tank. So, but yeah, so I think they come out great. And pretty much the next thing I got is I'm going to get a hold of the wheels. I figured out the wheels on that quad are steel. They're not aluminum. I don't know for what reason mine has got aluminum on them on the front, not the rear. The rear is steel. Not sure how they got on there. I do know that a Warrior front wheel will fit one of these blasters, so maybe y'all keep that in mind too. A Yamaha Warrior front wheel will definitely fit one. But I'm gonna take the wheels probably off, and I done took them off and stripped two of the fronts, and I'm gonna get a hold of the rear next and do those. And I really think I'm gonna go with like a matte black, same as the color of the rear of my white one. But I think I'm gonna do all four of them the matte black. And you saw in the video earlier, I got a bolt kit. So we got a brand new bolt kit to go with these plastics. And hopefully here real soon we'll be able to start bolting these on. So yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. We'll catch y'all on the next one.